Okay, make sure you have the table filled in from the first part of situation 1, and now let's jump into the second part. So Mrs. Johnson's son, who she's been saving this money for, is starting his freshman year of high school and has already made the choice to attend Texas Tech University after he graduates. The average cost of a year at Tech is $25,775. Saul needs to develop a plan to pay for college. Saul has been awarded the Century Scholar of Springfield Scholarship. This award is worth $5,000 a year for 4 years towards his higher education. Saul's family contribution will come from his mother's savings account from Part A. Saul earns an allowance and thinks he can save $1,000 a year in high school. Calculate how much more money Saul will need in order to pay for his first year at Texas Tech. So we're going to kind of reason through this at first. So we're trying to figure out how much more money he's going to need. So I call that our gap. So we're trying to calculate the gap and the amount he needs compared to what he has. And then the problem says it's just for his first year. So going back to that little paragraph, we see that 1 year at Texas Tech costs $25,775. So I'm going to write that next to first year. And then it says how much more money he'll need. So we have money coming from 3 different areas. We have the $5,000 a year scholarship. It's going to help him. We have the savings from Part A, so after those 6 years, how much money the mom has. And then $1,000 a year while in high school. So that means high school typically takes 4 years. So that would mean that he has $4,000 saved up from college. Once he was paying for college, he would have $1,000 each year from high school, so a total of $4,000. Okay, so we have all those different pieces. So how we're going to figure this out is how you would think, just subtracting. We're going to write our cost for 1 year and then subtract all those sources of money and add them up. So we have the savings from the mom plus the scholarship, I'm going to abbreviate here with scholar, plus the savings that he has from his allowance. So savings, and then I'm going to write A for allowance. Then we're going to treat this just like an equation. So we have this kind of structure, this equation here, and we're going to substitute in values we know. We don't know our gap, but we do know our cost is $25,775. We know that the savings that his mom has after 6 years is $5,762.89. His scholarship for just the first year is going to be $5,000. We can't multiply that one because he only gets so much each year. And then it's $1,000 a year that he saved up, so that's going to be plus $4,000 for his savings. Then when you type that into your calculator, you don't have to do these as separate pieces. You can type it just as you see here. Please, please, please remember to put your parentheses. Remember, if you don't put those, the calculator will automatically do order of operations left to right. So once you type that into your calculator, you figure out that the gap equals $11,013. So that's how much more money he will need to pay for his first year at Texas Tech. So part C says how much will he need to save during each year of high school to have enough to go to Texas Tech for his first year. Well, to figure that out, we're just going to take what he needs to have and divide by 4. Because 4 years of high school, that's how much we have to have. And then we're going to replace, once again, in our equation, values we know. So we're going to take that $11,013 divided over 4 years. And then we find that he needs $2,753.25 per year. That's how much he would have to save during high school to get this gap amount so that he is fully paid off in his first year of college. Part D asks, is this a reasonable amount for a high school student to be able to save each year? Explain your reasoning. Now, I want you to think about this. He might be able to get a job. It might pay well. It might pay minimum wage. He's a high school student, so he's not paying for rent most likely. He's probably living with his parents. He might not be. So this question I'm going to leave kind of up for your interpretation. So I want you to pause the video and then write down, is this a reasonable amount? Yes or no. And please be sure to explain your reasoning. We're going to talk about that on Monday, about why you think that's reasonable or unreasonable. All right, now let's look at Part E. If he attends Texas Tech for all 4 years, how much will his total cost be? Well, we know the cost for 1 year, so we're just going to multiply that by 4 because it's for 4 years, and we know the cost per year. So then we're just going to do 4 times $25,775, and when you type that into your calculator, you get $103,100. So that's our answer for Part E. Pretty easy here. We're just multiplying by 4. So now it says, how much more will he need to earn, save to attend for all 4 years? So we're going back to kind of Part B, but we're replacing the cost with 4 years. So our equation is going to be similar. It's going to be gap equals our 4 years amount minus the mom's savings the scholarship, but we're going to multiply it by 4 this time because he would get that scholarship each of those years. And then his savings from his allowance, so allowance savings. And then we're just going to replace those with values. So 4 years we just found out is $103,100 minus $5,762.89 plus 4 times 5,000. Please make sure you understand why I'm multiplying that by 4. It's over 4 years. He gets $5,000 per year. So just like we did with the total cost, scholarship would work the same. He doesn't get all of that at the beginning of his college career. He gets it each year. And then we have the $4,000 that he saved from his allowance. And when you type that into your calculator, you get our gap amount, so how much he really needs to be able to pay for all of his college, have no loans, no debt, he just wants to pay out of pocket. He would have to save $73,338 more dollars than he already has. Okay, so that's our final answer for Part F. Okay, please make sure that this front page is complete. We will use part of class time on Monday to go over this. So if you are confused, write your questions off to the side. I have the discussion board in your Schoology folder for today if you have questions. And just make sure that you are, once again, looking for understanding, seeking understanding, not completion with these notes. All right, go to the next video for situation 2.